Premiership skipper and on the injury list at the moment, Nick Maxwell. Welcome to you, Maxie.
It's hard watching, mate. Hard watching. But boys in the end got the job done last night.
Ben Reid, Maxie, your injury list is monumental at the moment. You're sitting in the middle with a thumb and hoping. This is last night. He just falls awkwardly, lower back, the latest.
Yeah, no, he's all clear, so they're happy with him. They just said it was heavily winded and look, good opportunity, I guess, to rest him out for the last quarter and a bit.
Was he coughing up blood there?
Yes, he was.
He was, but I don't think, well, from what they've told me, it's nothing too serious. So we saw it with Luke Hodge in the finals a couple of years ago, that something can just happen immediately, but then there's no damage.
Top to bottom, Maxie, tell us when they're back.
Wow.
Qualifying final, Reedy will play this week. I'm sort of unknown. Sharrod should play this week. Dawsey should play this week. Cracker will play this week. Davis and Johnson will play this week, and Brown and Dick season.
So it's a long list that looks okay. What about you?
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not looking too far ahead. I know people are sort of saying, can you get back before this final or this final, this final? I'm just worried about trying to get each day right. And that's the way I've always approached injuries when I've had sort of more than, I guess, a month. And that's the way it's worked for me in the past.
Are you too scared to perhaps look too far ahead and think I might not get up for the premiership tilt?
No, I just can't. There's no point. So if I start looking ahead at that, then I'll start worrying about what I'm doing right now. And if I worry about what I'm doing right now, then I'll stuff up what I'm doing right now. So I just want to tick all these boxes today, and then I'll tick them tomorrow and just keep working that way.
When players sometimes get soft tissue injuries, they might hit the hyperbaric chamber. Are you doing anything radical with your thumb in rehab now?
I'm going the shotgun approach. I'm trying everything. So I've done a lot this week. I've done all the hyperbaric.
Hyperbaric your thumb?
No, the body, but it obviously helps. It all helps.
You just put it in a miniature hyperbaric.
Just my hands.
It was a serious injury, but they can't actually screw the thumb off and just take it out.
Just hold it up, Maxie, for us and just have a look. So it's in a cast for how long?
No, this will come. Can be removed at any stage. So yeah, it's nothing too serious there, and getting some laser therapy and doing all sorts of stuff just to try and do whatever I can to try and help.
I don't want to be negative. I spoke to Matthew Lloyd about this. He had exactly the same injury when he was playing for Essendon, and he said he missed 6 weeks.
Okay.
Well, that's a positive.
I said I didn't want to be too negative.
Which means at least you're back for the NAB Cup next year, which is great, Maxie. We've got Dane Swan still. He's just there, just with a left hand signing the board. Didn't know he's a lefty. He joined us next.
As the game goes on. Oh.
Now they've got a problem. Swan is through.
Now to Swan. And Swan goes bang. Swan brings him down, fetches the ball. Still Swan. Left foot and bounces it. What a goal. Dane Swan. Brilliantly done.
Welcome back to Game Day. Hope you're having a good weekend wherever you are. Next guest is a legitimate star, Dane Swan. Please welcome to Game Day. Swanee, great to have you here. Big year as always for you, massive possessions. Can we talk Arizona first of all? You didn't want to go. What happens when you get to the land of red dust and rattlesnakes and cactus? How do you improve yourself?
Well, we had David Butterfin over there, so he certainly looked after us and made sure we improved. Sort of just got up every morning, there was 4 of us or 3 or 4 of us that trained over there, and Butters would just sort of run us into the ground, and then once we did that, we'd go have lunch, do some weights, and then just lounge by the pool, read some books.
Your numbers suggest that it was a beneficial trip. Now, what does it do for you personally?
Makes me average 9 more possessions a game, it looks like.
Why don't you just train in Arizona and come back for the weekends then?
Well, it'd be nice, mate. If we get a plane to get us there in half an hour, we probably would. But I think you'll see some benefits with Heath coming back. Apparently, from all reports, he's looking in the best shape he's ever been, so expect big things from him. But it's just, without the altitude, it's just good to get away from the fishbowl that is Melbourne for a couple of weeks during how intense the footy season is in Melbourne, just to get away and get some sun sort of on your back, where in Melbourne it's pretty ordinary weather, just to refresh and not to have to worry about footy for a couple of weeks and just do your own thing and have a bit of a laugh with the boys that are over there and just refresh the mind as well as the body. I think that's been a huge thing for me.
Everyone talks about the number of possessions you get. Are you conscious of how much of the ball that you have from quarter to quarter?
I'm actually shaking his head. Only when you're up on the stat thing, but I certainly don't count him out. I'd probably lose count.
Yeah, you probably would.
Is that because you're getting a lot or you can't count?
Yeah, I can't count past 7. So
Do you set yourself a target per quarter, though, like consciously in your mind?
not really. I suppose if I haven't had one 20 minutes in, I'll be getting a bit worried. But it's more just, I suppose, this time you're trying to help the side. When you if you're belting your side, sort of like, you might try and think about trying to get a couple. But certainly this time of year, it's all about just what I can do to help the side improve. And I think Mick said last night, we need to start to tune up for finals. And even though we probably didn't do that last night, that's what it's about now, and just trying to help our side improve and win.
Let's have a look at the scores from last night at the MCG. 50,000 still on a Saturday night. The Pies won. They got out to a 48-point lead. Cloak had a heap of it. Ended up with 5. Won only by 18 points in the end. The guy that had 65,000 to win by more than 85.5, Maxie's still out on the grog, very upset.
And right here, we know this guy can do this. Didn't take it though. I tell you what, I was up out of my seat. That would have been one of the great marks of all time. We know Daisy loves to do that. Ash McGrath, been a very good player for a long time. I think he's still underrated. He can go forward or back. Here's Swanee doing some of his best work. Saw Beams on the outside, but decided just to slap it on the left boot and do it all himself. Trav close goal here. That was from Sinclair. Sinclair was the one who put on about 3 different tackles there and put the pressure on for the big fella to kick the goal. We see Swanee going forward and kicking one. Tommy Young kicking a torp from 48. The boys will be into him this week. His second goal, and played very well in his debut. And Banfield got away from Harry O'Brien for one of the very few times last night. There's Mitch Clark having a bit of go at Chris Tarrant. Didn't have a huge game himself. And you can see Luke Ball there just talking to the boys. Swanee might be able to take us through that later, exactly what he was talking about. 3 things that I learnt. The first one, Brisbane Lions have a bright future. They've got a lot of good players coming through. As I said, Banfield's one to rate highly. You can see Redden, those guys in the midfield. So they're going to be right up there, particularly when they get Jonathan Brown back. Number 2, Travis Cloak has become the complete player. He's kicking plenty of goals. He's getting the ball up the ground, but also close to goal, which is great for him and great for us. Number 3, Alan Didak is back. He really had his spark back last night. We've eased him in the last 2 weeks, and he's been the sub the last 2 weeks, but had 30 touches, I think it was, last night, and it's important for us going to finals that he's at his best, and you can just see that he seems to have the time. At his best, he has a lot of time to use the ball, and you can see last night he seemed to have that extra second that he hadn't had, I guess, earlier on in the year.
You're going to have some real issues at selection when everyone comes back. You've got Fasolo and you've got Blair. I mean, there's going to be some real headaches for the selection committee.
Yeah, we hope so. We just want to make sure we get everyone back, so I guess they've got those headaches, so they have to make those decisions. But it's important that we get everyone back. And as Mick's always said all along and showed last year with Jared Blair, that if you come into the team and you play your role, it's your spot to lose. So he's always had that approach, and it's going to be the same this year. Simon
Buckley would have woken up this morning sort of probably still trembling. Have a look at this vision. Mick Malthouse, quarter time. Come and let's have a chat about a couple of things. Disappear, don't walk away.
Look after Swanee's man. That's what he said to him.
Yeah. Is it a fearful experience seeing the Silver Fox come at you at quarter time?
Oh, I think you just asked Buck. He's seen Bucks drive to the ground, just asking for a lift home. But especially at quarter time, we knew we were going to cop it. You just try and keep your eyes down and not make eye contact, because when he comes out, he's looking for anyone who is eyeballing him. He's going to give it to. So I just sort of hang around the back of all the boys and make sure I don't cop it.
Has anyone ever answered him back at any stage?
I suppose the only one who'd have the guts to would probably be Benny Johnson. He'd probably be the only one that would say something back to him if he always stands up for what he thinks is right. So Jono would certainly bite back if he thought he was in the right.
Chris Tarrant did once and he was sent to Fremantle. Best and fairest. Last 3 best and fairest have gone to Dane Swan. We asked the viewers on Friday night who wins this year. Let's have a look at the results. Maxie, what would you say to what has come up? How would you
Swanee would say himself. Pendles would definitely say himself. Daisy, yeah. Look, I would have thought probably Trav or Pendles are probably the favourites in my eyes.
What about Leon Davis? Any chance?
I think he's in the other. He was 9%.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, definitely a chance. I mean, ours is not how many possessions you get. It's how you play your role every week, and he's played his role as well as anyone.
So you could get a vote every week.
So we know Nick won't, so that's so you can cancel him out.
Dane staying with us. Nick Maxwell, Dane Swan, head to head on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Absolutely, mate.
mate. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, mate, I'm mate, but absolutely, mate, it's a bonus. Awesome, mate, to win. Thanks, mate. Mate, it's just an awesome feeling, mate. It probably hasn't really sunk in yet, mate. Absolutely, mate. We'll have a great time celebrating over the next few days, mate. Thanks, mate.
Very nice to have a mate here next to us in Dane Swan. We just saw then, you are a prolific ball winner and a prolific user of the word mate. So what we're going to do now is set up the mateometer for the last segment and just see how many times mate comes up in the last segment. You happy with that?
No worries, mate.
Thank you. Well, there is one. Now it's time for just skipper and protege one-on-one. 3 Copeland medals, 1 premiership as skipper, mood lighting, sounds, etc. Let's go for it, Maxie.
You hit me for 6 last time, so can you please just give some entertainment to
Good,
people?
mate.
Thanks, mate. Who has the best tattoo at the club?
I suppose anyone who's got a premiership one, or Jared Blair's got his postcode on his butt, so it's, I love that one.
What will you miss about Mick coaching next year?
All I miss about Mick, I like his sprays. They're pretty fun. They can be pretty funny sometimes.
Funniest bloke at the club?
Oh, Heath.
Heath? You're
Yeah.
obsessed with US sports. Who do you follow?
Sort of Derrick Rose, my favourite.
NBA, NFL, who do you follow teams?
Probably Philly in the NFL. I love Michael Vick. And Bulls, Derrick Rose in the NBA.
How would you describe Alan Didak?
Interesting.
Biggest metrosexual at the club?
Sharad likes to think he is.
Sharad?
Yeah.
Strange dress sense, that kid. Can you show us your premiership tattoo?
I'd have to take my pants off.
We've got 2 minutes. Is that a no?
Well, I'm not really fussed, mate, if you want me to.
Oh, let's get it out while the offer's there.
Do you realise 200,000 people have you as Dream Team captain every week?
I go online and make sure my numbers haven't dropped off.
And how does that affect you? Do you think about, I know you're obsessed with your Dream Team.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. That's what I said. If I don't have a kick early in the quarter, I'll definitely try and kick out from full back or just try and bump up my Dream Team points just for everyone out there.
Well done,
Thanks,
mate.
Mate, well done.
No worries, mate.
Dane Swan, he'll take his pants off. Swanee, very nice to have you in.
Thanks, mate.
What is that up to? What is that up to, about 45? Tim, was Susie very concerned not about Job's blood coming out of his nose this morning, but the fact that he hadn't shaved yesterday for the game?
Yeah, she was more concerned about the fact that he didn't shave yesterday, mate.
Thanks, mate. Okay, Tim. Maxie, you're going to be 100% right, definitely ready to go for the granny, please?
I'll be right, mate.